A court on Friday crushed President Cyril Ramaphosa's suspension of South Africa's public protector a day after she launched a probe into a burglary at his farmhouse, calling the move improper. The Western Cape High Court said the hurried nature of the suspension of Busisiwe Mukhwebane suggested it may have been retaliatory and thus unlawful. The judges wrote that the decision of the applicant to investigate the president prompted the president not to wait a day more and to immediately suspend her. Ramaphosa suspended Mukhwebane in June shortly after she sent him questions over the alleged cover-up of a burglary at his farm. The Public Protector is an independent state institution set up to defend democracy and investigate improper conduct. The court's ruling will pile pressure on Ramaphosa, whom last week was accused by lawmakers of failing to answer questions on the case before Parliament. The probe over potential breaches of the Executive Ethics Code was opened after Ramaphosa was accused of covering up a 2020 theft at his Falafala game farmhouse in the northeastern of the country. The case stems from a police report filed by former spy boss Arthur Fraser, who in June alleged Ramaphosa hid the $4 million cash robbery from authorities and instead organized the kidnapping and questioning of the robbers to then bribe them into silence. Representatives of 24 African countries are calling on developed countries to meet their financial commitments to help the continent adapt to climate change ahead of the UN World Climate Conference scheduled to take place in Egypt in November. The three-day meeting hosted by Egypt in the new capital that emerges from the sands 50 kilometers from Cairo takes place after a summit on Monday in the Netherlands aimed at supporting Africa in the face of climate change. The chairman of African Union and president of Senegal, Macky Sall, said that with bitterness, the absence of leaders of industrialized countries in Rotterdam was setting a bad example to the world. Between 2002 and 2020, just 14% of all the carbon credits issued came from Africa. In 2021, Gabon became the first African country to receive payments from the Central African Forest Initiative for reducing Gabon emissions through forest protection, a total of $17 million so far. Africa is looking to push for better and standardized prices on carbon during the upcoming United Nations Conference of Parties known as COP27, scheduled for Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt in November.